God. All right, enough talking about the Boston Bruins making me miserable. I can't have it tonight. I can't have it. I don't want it. I can't need it. Can't do it. So let's have the Leafs make me miserable instead, because last night was atrocious. We should have been a playoff team, and we weren't. We were instead one of the worst teams I think I've ever had based off a skill level. The Arizona Coyotes won their second straight Stanley Cup while we finished second bottom in the league. We had an okay draft. It was okay-ish. But we do have some things to handle rebuild-wise. Now, goaltending. We're going to get right into this too, because again, I might play some club with the boys here in a little bit, so I want to make as much progress as I can. Barnes and Ratzlaff, goaltenders easily, hands down. I'm gonna let Joseph Wall see if he can get work elsewhere. If he doesn't, we will bring him back, but he will be in the AHL with Harenstam, who really should be the AHL starter. Endo will be dropped for the moment too, and of course, we don't really have a project goalie right now, at least super low overall, but that's because we have 3 young goalies who are fantastic. Defensively, oh god. All right, let's start off with this. We will qualify all of the above. And I don't know about Mac Hollowell as UFA. Matthias Ekholm can go. Panay, you can play in the AHL. Tuomainen can play in the AHL. I don't think we're going to have room for Mac Hollowell here. The rest of you are almost all trash. Jacob Messier. Got accused of cheating because I had 8 goals on 8 shots. Maybe you were cheating. Goddamn. Kelvin Hicketts, we cannot sign. Have you thought about doing a franchise where you can only add players to the roster via offer sheets? No, because that's impossible. Oh, Mac Attack. I think I'm going to let you go for the moment until we know the full picture of our defense. On the right wing, I'm doing it and it's not that hard. It is, though, because the AI often match offers. Need to wheel and deal. That's not so, but okay, so your idea is to actually use like second round picks, then trade them, but it could work, but would the tediousness of it make it fun? I don't know. Mr. Saran, happy trails, my friend. You played so well for us, not last season, but the season prior, and then this past season, you shat the bed. The entire team did, in fairness, but yeah. Let's see. We'll see. You said you could only add players through offer sheets, but now you're saying that you're drafting players. Or I'm trading players I draft. Yeah, see? I mean, that's not... There's an extra caveat to that, then, you see. You left out a pretty fine detail. Alex Steves will drop for now. Ponikarovsky, I didn't sign them. You still had them, though. You still, again, there's a big difference. Mills, what's going on? Let's bring in Steckel. And then at center, we'll get rid of Andrew Kopp, who never played a game for us. We'll keep Fraser Minton. We will keep Kressler for the hell of it. And Solomon Ferguson cannot be signed. Alec, what's going on? Shout out to Bring the Thunder, who does bring the Thunder. Free falling. 33 months on the primer. That's far too kind, as always. Thank you for that. Thank you. Let me just double check that we're good to go with the exception of the RFAs, because I believe we are. And we are. Good. Good. All right. So those RFA negotiations will be a little bit problematic. Say goodbye to $62 million in cap space. I mean, now would be the time to try to sign Michkov, although we could do a 2-year bridge deal to bring him up to age 24 and then sign him for 8 years. So basically, that's the question. Do I want his deal to expire at 30 or 32? Mad static 11 months. Thank you for that. Well, that's exactly, Circuit Chip. You just brought it up. A 2-year bridge deal means I might have to sign him for $13 million. So I am leaning towards trying to get a deal done now for 8 years. I don't know if the 85% trick will work because he does not. Wow, 85% would be super low at 8.2 million. He doesn't want to re-sign and he doesn't want 8 years, but let's slowly try to solve this Michkov issue. Mr. Cool Lemons has offensively actually been quite promising. He doesn't hit, even though he's a big boy. Mr. Cool Lemons, that is not as interesting to me. Are you a $6 million defender? 30 to 40 point guy. Are you a $6 million defender? I'm going to have to think about that. Maverick Lamoureux. Are you a $4 million player? No, you are not. Bring the Thunder. 2 months. Look at that. Drops in. Then resubs for 2 months. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Thunder, thank you for that. Static, free fall. And again, you're all way too kind. I think we're going to let go of Maverick. I mean, even at like $2 million bucks. I mean, $2 million's not that bad. Up to $4 million? He's not even that good defensively, though. He just runs around and hits. I think we will try to keep him for the RFA years left, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about him long term. 2.25 million should be the lowest we can sign him for. Sandine, yeah, exactly. Trade Michkov for Marner. Sandine Pellikka. Are you worth that much? I don't know why he's showing up with Skellefteå stats. At the NHL level, he hasn't proven anything yet. He hasn't proven anything yet. He's not that good defensively. Oh, boy. All right. I don't know if Sandine Pellikka's sticking around either. I don't know if he is. We do have the money to sign these guys. Especially now that we learned that Connor McDavid's staying in Edmonton. 1.925. Isn't that bad for a still developing prospect. Fraser Minton. Perfect. Topi Niemela. Also perfect. Gressler. Still got the RFA years on you. So it's Jess Corson Coolmans. Michkov rejected. No surprise. Gressler, Lamoureux, Minton, Sandine Pellikka rejected. Niemela signed. We're down to 3. So Michkov did not accept the 8 million or so. I'm going to bump it up to 9 million flat for 8 years. I showed up unlike Real Madrid today. It was great to see them just roll over and die, wasn't it? What about 2 million even for Sandine Pellikka? And honestly, Corson Coolmans as well. One year, 6 million. I don't feel good about this contract. I definitely don't feel good about it being an 8-year deal, but it is true that we could always move them. We don't have limitations on like, well, if you sign someone, it's got to be what it is. We're gonna go 7.1 million for 8 years. That's Sergachev-esque. Michkov rejects. Coolmans rejects. Sandine Pellikka rejects. Let's just go ahead and wait for their asking prices to come down. And then we will negotiate from there. Because that is a bit of a pain in the ass. And let me check something here really quickly. Goodness. All right. Brent Burns. I think he dropped, didn't he? He wasn't a B before. Burns and Tanev might have to be assistant coaches for us. They're not great. All right. A+ coach. Moses Marr. Well, chat, you know how this works. Tugan A. Ask anything while we sit here until this guy gets $9 million if not more, because, yeah, we got nothing else to do. So, it's ridiculous. Goodness. Thoughts on the World Cup 26 logo? Ooh, I haven't seen this. How did I win the World Series? I mean, I can't answer that, can I? Utah Coyotes, Salt Lake Coyotes. Neither. It's not going to happen. Wow, that logo sucks. Seriously. This era of oversimplicity sucks. And it's like, it really started to become a thing when Juventus changed their logo to just a J. Yeah. It's just never fun. These overly simplistic for no reason logos. Let's see if we can turn Jamie Benn into a good coach. Duke Ventus. Chris Johnson has to be in a game to 8 out of 10 on Arizona. I mean, sure. I don't doubt that's what he's heard. I just highly doubt it. Personally, at least. I don't know. I can't help but, like, of all the cities, Salt Lake. Now, the benefit you could see of that is, okay, the NHL would still, and kind of like we talked about the other night, the NHL would still want Houston, Kansas City to pay the big time money, right? They would want those cities to pay the big time expansion fee. Whereas for Salt Lake City, they might just view it as like, well, fuck, let's see if that works as a market. Now, obviously, the Jazz, if I'm not mistaken, it is the same venue that the Jazz play in that they'd be looking to play the games in. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's like, what benefit is there? I mean, again, I guess that would be it, is testing a new market, whereas the interest is already there with Houston. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's so out of nowhere that, hey, it could very well be true. It just doesn't seem like it'd be likely, but it's the NHL. You never know. And again, the Coyotes obviously might stay in Arizona. You never know. All right, let's see. So we are going to need an AHL goalie or two. Coaching staff should be good so long as his offers go through. So free agency this year. RFAs in goal. Askarov, Comesso, and Meralainen. None of whom we need. Defensively, Fox, who we traded, because there was no way we were paying this guy $12 million a year. Not a shot. Wow, Simon Nemec became, 50 points last year. 99 passing, essentially. There's Anthony Honka. 41 points. Kuhlman's not that bad. You got beat by Maryland. Pick him up. I'm good. Our former defender, Frederick Lannon, who has not improved in overall at all. So we did make a good decision to get rid of him. There's Willsby, who we had before. What is the minimum amount that we can offer somebody? 1675 is the minimum amount to not have to give up anything. 1675. So again, no interest in Fox. Nemec, if the price comes down, could be worth it. I mean, it's 7-6. I mean, I think it's a first and a third. Iggy, we've been live for about 20 minutes. Honka isn't going to get any better than he is now, but is a pretty consistent 40-point guy for Carolina. Not bad at all. Kuhlman's is ours. Let's send an offer out to Reinbacher. See if we can take him away from Carolina for nothing. Same with McCammond. See if that'll work. Not worried about Willsby, Sandine, Pelikazars. There's actually a lot of guys in this kind of group. Gannon Larocque on San Jose. So either we're going to help get a lot of people paid, or we're going to pick up some other defenders that could be half decent for us for pretty cheap prices. Even Sam Renzel, who I did not use much. Yeah, Wheels, for whatever reason, that bot's broken. It's Billy Talent's cover of Hey, Hey, My. Some people hate this cover. I like it a lot because I like Billy Talent. I need to see them in concert sometime. God damn it. What do we got? Want to get my live reaction to a tweet from Kevin Weeks. All right, here we go. My live reaction. Patrick Roy is generating interest from several clubs as his Quebec Ramparts are 1 win away from the QMJHL Championship. I've seen that mentioned a few times. Patrick, in fairness, I mean, number one, I'm sure it's correct. I'm not saying anything about Kevin Weeks. However, again, one, that's been mentioned a lot. Two, it's been mentioned a lot, not just recently, but for a long time. The idea of Patrick Roy is coming back. I mean, it's easy to forget, but once upon a time, as in the last 10 years, Patrick Roy won the Jack Adams for Coach of the Year. That was in 2014. So he was always likely. He was always likely to get another shot at the NHL level. It was just a matter of when. Let's see. Forward RFAs? All right, actually, let's sort by this. So on the right, Michkov, who is ours. There's Graham Clark. No thanks. Josh Doan, who's not going to get much better. There is Alex Ciernik. Is he still playing with Sodertalje? No, he is with Rockford. He could be worth it. He could be worth it for one of those 1675 offers. Don't give up a pick, but put some pressure on. Even Gavin Brindley, this guy has not developed at all. Chicago has a lot of RFAs this year, so we are about to potentially screw them over heavily. Jake Neighbors. I would love to bring in Jake Neighbors as a physical presence on this team. If that asking price drops a little bit more, it will likely happen. Kirill Radulov. Another Chicago player. Jesus, what is going on with that organization? That is an evergreen statement. We have Paco. I do not know your first name, Paco. Norm Paco. And then a random low elite, Holden Mahalik. He is in that same category as Owens, where he might get better, he might not. But we're in a position with as much cap space as we have to be able to go for it and put the pressure on these teams. Mr. Mahalik belongs to Pittsburgh. And then at center, Klimchuk. Lance Klimchuk of the Sharks, who also have a lot of RFAs out there. He's pretty solid. Obviously not $11 million worthy. He really should be a two-way. He's so well-rounded. But again, if asking price drops, we can jump into that conversation. Connor Zary. I don't know if Connor Zary... God damn. God damn. Is he worth that? Probably not. That was his best season. What would that minimum price be down to? $6 million? Not great. Leo Carlson, who went to Nashville in this. Again, that money is going to be too high. Forster, it's going to be too high. Marat Kuznedinov. Mobsky, hello. Kuznedinov has struggled big time at the NHL level so far, so no thank you. Pinto, there's Conacher, Chance Conacher. This would be the type of player to try to pick up, even if we use a third-round pick to do it. It was the Ducks, right? Remind me to check the Ducks in a minute. Matyas Sapovaliv. Matyas. Let's go for you here. So, we'll go 1675 for him. Tristan Bros, is it not? It is. Bros? I hope it's Bros. Come on. It's got to be Bros. 1675. And even Strammel, I don't know. It's like the same 3 teams that have all the RFAs that we're going to try to swoop in for. So Conacher is the interesting one whose asking price doesn't necessarily have to drop for us to be interested like it would for Nemec and company. How much cap space does Anaheim have? That's a big question for us right now. The answer is a shitload of cap space. We probably can't compete for Conacher. We'd have to go so high up on the price, which would equate to more draft picks. That's just not going to happen. Normally, when a player like that hits the market, it's just not, they don't have cap space. So free agent goalies, Swayman looking for $2 million last year. Now he's looking for $6 million. He, Jari, and Kochetkov are out there. So Jari has left the 2-time Cup-winning Coyotes. I don't know. All right. Defensively, actually, hold on. Goalie prospects. Anybody? No. So we'll have to sign some rando dude, which is fine. His name is Endo Mills. Defensively, this is where it gets interesting because Ty motherfucking Smith is up now. Cale Makar is available. He wants a lot of money. Mayo Kakar. Boo. He's not worth $15 million. He's not. Compared to other defenders in this game that put up 80-plus points a season, I don't know why he doesn't put up that many points, especially with a shot category like that. But I cannot pay him $15 million, $16 million a season. We're going to wait to see if his asking price comes down. And then Quinn Hughes. He was dreadful 2 seasons ago now. Last season, he was pretty good. Yeah. Again, though, $15 million. It's too damn much. But if that asking price comes down, we're going to be in for Quinn Hughes. So we have some names to keep an eye on to see if those numbers come down. No tremendous prospects to keep an eye on. Actually, out of the high 6s, and there's a shitload of them again. Let's see. Not worried about the 24-year-olds because they're not going to get that much better. Mobsky, I always stay up late. We have Kasper Kulanumi. Kasper, sign you up. We have 22-year-old Arttu Karkki that we can also send a deal for. So a couple of defenders at least, nothing too crazy. Tuki going to bed early, LOL. On the wing, Sam Reinhart, Kucherov, Garland, Burakovsky. Ooh, Burakovsky's always a freak in this. Then there's some dude named Saugus who we'll send an ELC to. He's not that bad. High 9s? Anybody interesting? Again, at 24, you know they're only going to grow by another point or two. There is a couple of options, including Lenny Haminaho. The Haminaho. Lenny. Everyone's favorite person. Lenny. And Cohen Zemmer is also here. Oh my God. 4-year deal, dirt cheap. Sign me up, please. That would be amazing. Tough to read that letter, that number. We've sent out a lot of contract offers. Jesus. That could be a problem. Sam Reinhart. Not bad. 60-point guy. I'm not paying $10 million a season for 60 points. Kucherov. Still an 80-point guy. But is old. And we have a stacked right side already. And a Burakovsky. Last year, not so good. Before that, he was insane. For whatever reason. Can't play defense or hit worth a damn. He's all offense. I might have to look into signing Burakovsky. On the left, Liam Foudy. Not bad. Not an elite point total. Ovi's out there. We'll see if he ends up as a healthy scratch on Nashville again. I think it was Nashville last night, right? There's a lot more high nines that are available. There's Nuchev. High nines of ship potential because you think they'd have a high chance of being a third line, so they're barely NHLers. Kind of, sort of. It doesn't work the way that it probably should, but at the same time, it's still not inherently bad, I would say. Like, it's still a usable potential. Frost, Barbashev, Dubois out there. Okay, so pretty much all of our targets... Pretty much all of our targets are the big names or the RFAs. I'm going to have to trade some people. Because we are definitely going to have too many contracts, and I cannot afford to have another situation where Dennis Hildeby just fucking disappears. And we don't even have Dennis Hildeby anymore. But still, I don't want him to just blink out of existence. So we're paying attention to Makar and Hughes, maybe Kucherov, but mostly Makar and Hughes. And honestly, John Carlson's still a beast. So the big names. And then RFA-wise, Jake Neighbors, Simon Nemec, even Leo Carlson. So we're actually going to have to play it kind of safe and be a little bit patient for this free agent class. Do I play Hut? I do not. I used to until it got to the point where it wasn't worth it anymore. All right. Oh, wow. We actually do have a lot of people under contract already. This is going to be weird. This is going to be weird. All right, let's see what happens. We could be in a pretty rough spot here, actually. All right, Moses Marr went to Florida instead. Even though we sent him a max offer, Jamie Benn goes to the New York Islanders. Saugus signs, which is good. So that did not help us with coaching staff whatsoever. Which is a shame. We do need one more coach, though. So actually, that backfired pretty badly. Based off of stats, Tremblay. Mr. Philippe Tremblay. Can we get you onto this team? And then scout-wise, we're still waiting. Let's double-check free agency really quickly. Makar's price hasn't gone down. Hughes' price hasn't gone down. Carlson's, yeah, it's still too early for some of those prices to go down. And we do still have to sign Michkov and company, but... All right, there's scout number 1. Scout number 2. Brindley, Stramel, Kyrou. Winterton says I have a full roster. Spovlev, Renzel. Bros with the full roster. Nuchev, Zemmer. Rock. All right. So not too many of the RFAs had to decline.
Oh, we're doing this again.
And all the other RFAs. Shout out to Tantruve. I think that's how it was said. If I'm not mistaken. Tantruve. I always forget. 8 months, though. Thank you. It's been a little bit. I hope you've been well. This is what happens when you disappear. I forget how to say names. That's right. It's your fault. Okay. I think now is the time to cash out on Lamoureux. I didn't change the alert back. It's random between that and Sin. I think we can cash out on Maverick Lamoureux. I think that's quite a few players we could probably cash out on. Let's do it. I haven't got my rewards to spend a day into the next season. I mean, you're playing Hut in May. You get what you deserve in terms of not getting rewards. I'm kidding. But EA gonna EA, you know? Lamoureux. 2 third-round picks is the most we can get. It's like the jury is out. All games should be backwards compatible. Hello, Sin, who's trying to delve into the world of emulation. Let's see, a second and a third from Detroit, second and a third from Edmonton, Minnesota, New Jersey. A lot of teams offering a second and a third, which is a pretty good return. Pretty good return indeed. Let's go for the second and a third from Nashville, as we'll move out Maverick Lamoureux. Just because I'm not feeling it. Sandin Pellikka as well. Isn't going to get much better than he is now. He's going to kind of stall out. So, second and a third from Detroit, which is kind of crazy. Second and a third from Minnesota. We'll move on from Axel Sandin Pellikka. Topi Niemela. I am going to have to move you. The Matthews trade tree continues. No kidding. All right, I got a couple of people. Still defensively that we can move out. I need to make sure that we have roster space here. Just because of the absurd amount of RFAs I've approached. So Topi Niemela and Hautanen, who is never going to get that good. We are going to look to move the two of you out to the Anaheim Ducks for pick hoarding. For not as much pick hoarding. For way not as much pick hoarding. For 2 picks. 1 pick. Okay. Oh, hey, there we go. We cleared up some space a little bit now, didn't we? Didn't we? All right, anybody else? That left side's definitely going to have to be cleared out a little bit more. Gunnarsson. We have no space for Gunnarsson. Braden Kressler's going to have to go too if we're going to keep all these low elites and make this work. Arizona, you could use some depth now that you lost your goalie. Can I get a 3rd round pick here? I doubt it. Can I get a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th? All one word? How about a 4th, 5th, 6th? 4th, 5th? 4th? Fuck. 5, 6, 7? So to be clear, you've paid Endo at least $30 million to sit in the AHL. Correct. Oh my God, just take them for a 7th. Jesus. At that point, just take them. I need the space. Damn you, Arizona, you're shrewd. All right, Reinbacher stays with Carolina. We get Tremblay on as a coach. Radulov stays with Chicago. We don't get Brindley. At this point, I'm going to say when we do actually get a prospect. But for the most part, it looks like we just cost Chicago a shitload of money. And probably San Jose. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Oh, yeah. Everyone matching those offers. Okay. That's not bad, though. It's not bad. So, goalie-wise, there was no one we were in for. Defensively, somebody paid Quinn Hughes a shitload of money. And John Carlson's gone as well. Cale Makar's asking price has dropped by about $2 million. And now Carolina and Washington are in for him. I don't think I can pay Cale Makar $13 million a season. Who the hell signed Quinn Hughes to that money? Bennington to Winnipeg. Carlson went to Colorado, which sucks. Which really sucks. DeBrusk, of course, Jake DeBrusk went to Edmonton. Ridiculous. Let's see. Jeff Skinner to Vancouver. At least it's only a 1-year deal. A lot of big moves. Montreal bringing in Kochetkov. Neighbors did go back to St. Louis. Leo Carlson was offer sheeted. Klemchuk stays with San Jose. Fox with Washington. Nemeth. Quinn Hughes goes to Pittsburgh. 7-year deal. Damn. They paid Quinn Hughes a boatload of money. A boatload. Whoops. Didn't want to go to our contracts. Wanted to go to free agency again. Wanted to do it. So defensively, the question is just Cale Makar at that asking price, given that Kuhlman's is ours. Pesci's not a bad point producer. Otherwise, it'd be veteran Tyson Barrie, and it's just worth developing. So we'll see what's up with Makar. Burakovsky's still out there, but again, we have so many friggin' wingers now. We're just going to keep an eye on Cale Makar, but for the most part, I don't think we're going to do anything else in free agency again. Has Makar been signed? Yes, wow. I was holding out on hope that he would get down to about like 12. Didn't happen. God damn it. I keep going to all the wrong screens. Well, no big money deal for Cale Makar, at least from us, as he is on his way to... Where did he go? Where did Cale Makar go? Carolina, 7 years. Well, now we get to deal with Cale Makar in our own conference, which sucks a lot. A lot. It's crazy. Carolina. Man, Sergachev, you were just on one, eh? So we need 2 goalie coaches. We'll sort out who the best coach is there. Scouts were good. Outside of cap whales, and we have Brady Burns. That was in the WHA for a very short amount of time. I need a backup goalie and a 5th goalie, Endo Mills. And defensively, we should be fine. Sweet. We'll finish this up, and I'm seeing a lot of friendos in chat, so let me finish this up. Who wants to be the AHL backup? Sergei Bobrovsky wants to be the AHL backup. And you know, Sergei, it's a damn shame in your career you just never made enough money. You never made enough money. You never got that respect you deserved for name value. And then Endo Mills also needs to be signed for a boatload of money. Endo versus Bobrovsky for top cap whale. Who says no? Who says no? Endo signs first, then Bobrovsky. Because Bobrovsky's made good money before. By NHL standards, Endo. By NHL standards. We have $29 million left, 44 contracts. So we can go to the start of the season. And we will see from there. Taps, what's going on? Just enough to pay Rogers and rent. Ooh, Samichkov. 1-year deal, $7.2 million from Vegas. Yeah, we'll match that. Thank you. Yeah, Matvei Michkov's not leaving. At least not this year. Corson Kuhlman's, we'll wait him out. At least into the start of the new season, we'll wait him out. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. All right, so let's get a look-see at this team. RFA left is Corson Kuhlman's. Old cool lemons, and I will sign him to the 1-year deal. Because I don't know what else to sign him for. I do not know. Corson, please sign the deal. Thank you. Okay. So when looking at the roster for this season, Barneson Ratzlaff, tremendous. With Harenstam, Bobrovsky, and Endo in the AHL. Defensively, Morgan Riley's dropping, and the skill level of this roster, at least defensively, has declined a little bit, but at the same time, having a great defense wasn't doing much for us. I am willing to try it. I am. Have we had any success yet? Well, defined success. Is a second round exit losing in 5 a good way to describe success? Some people think I'm probably memeing. Some people think I'm probably memeing about the modern Leafs. Oh no, that describes this team. Ooh, let's bring Alex Pietrangelo in to try and dismember somebody. That's always a good idea. We'll bring in Jazz Hands Martinez. We'll bring in Torrey Krug to skate down the length of the ice to level somebody. And Eric Goodbranson, because he's never made enough money in his career either. So, let's see. Petro signs. Come on, everybody else. Let's go. Hop aboard. Thank you. So, defensively. What do we want to do here? I mean, this team is going to be a bit weak on paper. Honestly, Petro, I'm going to give you a chance. I am going to give Alex Pietrangelo a chance. Why not? And we'll bump up Goodbranson. And then forward-wise, we don't want to send Perry back to junior, so let's send down Nuchev. Okay. Right wing side, Nylander with Michkov, Haminaho, Cohen Zemmer. Weeks still isn't quite ready, nor is Clapperton. We can give Cohen Zemmer a chance. Left wing side. Send down Lutz for a minute. I think we can send Perry back to junior. Try Graves as a third liner one more time. Nuchev is not good at much. What is Julian Lutz good at? Good skater, decent defensively. We'll play Kieskinen in the AHL one more year. Let's send Perry back to junior. And then centers. Yeah, centers we got to make a bit of a choice here because we have way too much talent for way too few spots. Jesus. Pobazal. You're very well-rounded. Nathan Villeneuve. It's very good defensively. Fraser Minton. They're good AHL. We got to cash out on you soon. Tope Aroni. He's okay. What about Nathan Lecomte? He's also decent. Lecomte is also not that bad. And Hemming we don't have to worry about. It's kind of crazy how we ended up with some of these prospects. Why does the scroll have to be broken? Why does the scroll have to be broken? I hate this game. Villeneuve. Again, good defensively. Pobazal. Probably better as a third liner. He's very physical. Okay. We're going to have a weird team this year. We're going to have a very weird team this year. Did we sign anybody big? We missed out. We played it a little bit too safe with some of the big names to not spend too much money. And all the big names happen to go. It's taken longer to set this up than I would have thought too. But in theory, we can run Pietrangelo, Kasper Kulanumi, and Kuhlman's. I was hoping the all-Finnish pairing would work. Shout out to Sam Dickinson and Alex Pietrangelo as the top pairing. Riley Kuhlman's. There we go. Riley Kuhlman's, Dickinson, Petro, Garkey, and Kulanumi. I almost said Niemi. Obviously, that third pair is not looking amazing. And then top line. I mean, it's got to be Hardigan, Misa, Michkov, German, Macklin, Nylander. Graves, Pobazal, Zemmer? Or not. We'll go with Haminaho. Oh, there's just some tough decisions, man. Davis! Sweet, beautiful Davis.
Jeez. Highly unnecessary.
I still have to go through and double-check coaching staff and stuff like that to see if we get the best people. It's still not a terrible team, right? It's not a terrible team. You could argue the bottom six, but we do continue to rotate people out. The problem was we had some of our other guys, Kieskin and Weeks, who are not quite ready for prime time. Same thing happened defensively. But at least we know that Endo will be backup extraordinaire for the Toronto Marlies. So there is still a lot to do, but now our expectations are significantly lower, which means we'll probably actually be half decent maybe. Or we'll be trash again. No in between.